Hi there, Mr. Brian here. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having a great day. And if you're not, I pray that God grants you the strength that you need to keep on going. And I pray that may His blessings be upon you today. I just want to share a few words of encouragement and motivation your way. And I really hope that it goes a long way to help you out, to give you some perspective on how to tackle on some certain things that may be holding you back from making progress in your life. What I would love to talk about today is on the topic seek personal development. A while back, a friend of mine reached out to me after watching one of my videos and he asked me a question and he said, "Bro, how do we keep going when we don't even know where we are going?" And that question was sort of like the one of the most beautiful questions I've ever been asked because it got me thinking for a while. I've always been putting out videos there trying to encourage people to keep going, to encourage people to continue pursuing their dreams, to encourage people to keep working hard and not look at the challenges that are in front of them as something that is there to break them, but something that is there to lift them up. And when he asked me that question, it sort of dawned on me that there are a lot of people who are stuck not because they're already working on something and they have like challenges that they are facing. There are a lot of people who are actually stuck because they don't know where to go. They don't know how to even start. They don't even know what path they should be walking for themselves. So I decided to make this video today just to share with such people. If you're someone who has been stuck, who does not know where to go next, who does not know what their next step in life is, maybe you've just graduated, maybe you're now in a position where you're not sure on what is next and there's just a lot of uncertainty around your life and you really want to have some control, you really want to have some sense of purpose in your life, what I would love to tell you is that you should seek personal development. There's a question that I would like to ask you before I even go further into talking more about it. If you decide today and say you want to give 5 years of your life to a particular cause, what will that you look like in 5 years? Notice I didn't say that what would you be able to achieve in 5 years because life is very unpredictable. We set goals and sometimes we don't hit them, and we don't hit them not because we are not equipped to hit them or we are not good enough for those goals, but it's just that life is very, very unpredictable. Sometimes we feel that this is the path we need to be walking, whereas there is another path that God has called us to walk. So I want to ask you, like, if you give yourself 5 years, where do you see yourself? Where do you see, who do you think that person will be in 5 years if you have given yourself this course that this is where you want to put your life, this is how you want to put your life in order? These are the things you want to cut off. These are the things you want to get involved in. This is how you want to go about your day every single day. Once you do that, what do you think you will be like? Who do you think you'll be like when you in that 5 years time? Because most of us do not see that. Most of us only focus like on the now. We want everything to happen for us now. We want to be able to make those life changing decisions now. We want to be able to maybe start today and have life change for us now. But what I want to tell you is that personal development is the beginning of any other thing that you can ever hope for in life. If you do not seek personal development for yourself, then there is no way that you'll be even be able to raise yourself to a certain standard where you can be able to discern which path to take, you can be able to discern what opportunities are there, you can be able to discern what kind of relationships you should have, what kind of places you should go to, what kind of things you should get yourself involved in, what kind of food you should eat. Life is something that is very, very conscious. So we have to live consciously. You have to be able to know why you're doing some certain things. You have to be able to know why some certain things happen to you or why you get involved into some certain things for yourself. So personal development is the beginning for anyone who lacks a purpose, who lacks what they like, a path that they want to walk on, who does not know where who do not know where they can go, who do not know the road that they should take. You should have to start with personal development. Sit back with yourself, take time out. Don't be in a rush, because you have you have your whole life to live. This life belongs to you and nobody else. No, don't feel pressure that there is some certain standards that you need to meet to keep up with the appearances. Don't feel pressure that there are some people that you need to impress in your life. There is literally no one that you need to impress. If you get into a certain position where you can help somebody, fine. If you're not in a position where you can help someone, you should look how you can help yourself. Most of us are trying to take on responsibilities, whereas we've not even been able to help our own selves. So we have to start by helping ourselves and start by seeking personal development. What is it that you truly want? Get a book and a pen. Write down all the things that you would ever want or love in your life. What are those things that you truly desire? How much of it do you want it to be? What are some of the goals? What are some of the dreams? What do you feel that you can achieve in this life? You have to also understand that life is like a cycle. There are people who are at the top right now who are going to leave the top in the next 20 to 50 years, and they'll be gone, and then the world will need new leaders. So what kind of position in this world are you looking to fill? What kind of position in this world are you looking, what kind of impact are you looking to make? Because all the people who are there right now making those huge impacts that we look up to them will be gone in a few years time. I say few years time because 20 years is not as much as we think. If you look back at your life 20 years ago, most of us cannot even remember, but it was just like yesterday. We were just moving around here, jumping in secondary school and all that. But you have to know that there is a position in this life that we have to fill as humans. So which position are you looking to fill? What sort of impact are you looking to make in the world? Before even looking to make that impact in the world, what kind of impact are you looking to make for yourself? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a great speaker? Do you want to be someone who inspires? Do you want to be a footballer? What is it that you truly want to have for yourself? And I know that it can be very, very difficult to decide what is it that you truly want. But when you start sitting down and writing the things that you truly want for yourself, it gives you some sense of direction. It gives you some sense of purpose, some sense to know that at least you're putting you're actually working on something to make your life better. So once you do that, you can start deciding, okay, these are all the things that I want. What can I start pursuing right now? For me, I think I had this realization sometime in 2015 when I decided that I was really going to change my life. And what really pushed me out there was the fact that I grew up in the village, and I was opportuned, even growing up in the village, to have the life that I did, because most people looked at me in the village as though I was an ajebota. The house I came from, we had some certain privileges that a lot of other houses did not have. I even saw my own friends who were actually working and paying for their own school fees while still in the primary school. Can you imagine such things? And so when I was growing up, those are the things that I looked to change. I was like, these are the things that I want to really work on. I don't want to be having people around me grow up and be able to struggle like how we have struggled in the past. We are supposed to be there to provide opportunities for one another. And so it sort of gave me a drive. It sort of gave me a drive to make an impact in my environment, near me, in my environment, to make sure that all the people who are close to me, I can be able to inspire them somehow. I can be able to lift them somehow. And so that was what gave me a drive. And I said, okay, the one thing that I'm going to focus on for the next 5 years was going to be able to build a platform called Gate Corporations Africa. At the time, Gate Corporations Africa for me was just, I wanted to make it a freelance platform where I could give an opportunity to African freelancers to be able to tap into the world market and serve African population as well. So to me, that was what kicked me off. That was what, like, I was walking towards. But as time passed, things changed. The dream became bigger. I found myself getting involved into many other things. I found myself getting more serious with myself. I found myself, really choosing the path that, and things started becoming clear. The path is never going to be clear before you walk. As you walk, you see the road. As you walk, you see the road. You cannot stand here and see all through till the end of the journey. And so, but you have to know, like, where is it that you want to go to? You have to know where you're coming from. You have to know what are those things that push your decisions that you have making today, and how you can start going about making conscious decisions. Self-development is what is going to lift your consciousness up. It's what is going to give you knowledge. It's what is going to give you the ability to speak to people, to build better relationships, to meet new people. If you do not reach a certain standard for yourself, there are certain people who will not come into your life because they don't operate at that level. There's a certain standard that you must raise your consciousness up to be able to discuss with people who also operate at that level. So every level that you are at, just know that is the level of consciousness that you carry within your head. And how do you raise your consciousness? Through personal development. What sort of books are you reading? What kind of information are you feeding on? When you go online every day, what kind of things are you looking at? Are they the things that are lifting you up? Are they the things that are in line with where you want to go? Are they the things that are helping you find out yourself? Are they things that are helping you find out some sense of purpose? If those are not the things, then you should know that you will not be able to live a purposeful life as well. But if all the information you're looking at, the information that is really going to help you to discover yourself and find out how much you can give of yourself, or how you can really put your life in order, then you are guaranteed that once you start working towards that, you'll be able to discover yourself and find purpose for yourself. So we should know that our positions that we are in right now is totally under our control. We can simply work towards changing them. But it's not going to happen if we keep sitting back and wondering, what is it? Why is this? Why is that? If we keep doing that, it will always keep on remaining. We have to take a conscious decision that today I want to walk like this. Today I'm not going to drink alcohol for the next 6 months, and let me see what is going to happen. Let me see how I'm going to feel. Let me see what it will be like. I'm not going to take in sugar for the next 6 months. Let me see what it will be like. We still have 6 months till the end of the year. It's enough time for us to change our lives. Most of us will still be in the same loop when next year comes, still wondering on what we should do, who we are. People die without knowing what they want to do in their life. And I don't want you to be one of those people. I don't want you to die without finding purpose. A lot of people, if you go out there and ask most of our parents, most of our elders, you ask them, did you truly pursue what you wanted to pursue in your life? Most of them will say no. Most of them will say no because it's hard to discover that for themselves. And at that time, most people did not even have so much access to information. Did not even have all this going on where there were a lot of people trying to inspire people, trying to get people to lift themselves up and all that. But now we have all that information here. We are privileged enough to have such information as such. We are privileged enough to be at such time where we have all this going on. And it's time for us to rise up and take that opportunity. You can be responsible for yourself. You can start living consciously. You can start making a decision. Just make a decision. Even that for the next 6 months, you are going to do this particular thing only. Set a daily routine for yourself. When I wake up, I'm going to do this every day for the next 6 months, and see how your life will unfold. I promise you, there is no way that you will do those things for 6 months if you write them down for 6 months and your life will not change within those 6 months. If you do that for those 6 months, promise you will see that your life will change. Draw close to God. Have that relationship with Him, because He's the only one who can give you purpose. And if you don't have a relationship with Him, there is no life outside God. There is no life outside God. I just want you to know today that whatever thing, whatever career goal, personal goal, whatever thing that you are trying to pursue, that is secondary. The primary thing that you should try to pursue is your relationship with God, because having a good relationship with God will set up a good relationship in every other aspect of your life. So I really hope that goes a long way to give you some perspective on how you should look at things right now for yourself. If you're stuck, just try to make sure that you seek personal development. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for after. Don't wait that, next week I'll start. Start today. Take a pen and a piece of paper, write down all the things you want to achieve in the next 5 years, and make a plan to go to achieve those things. Make a plan to lift yourself up. Say that you're going to read 10 books. Try to read 10 books in those time. Try to do something. Get out of that uncomfortable situation that you are. Push yourself out of it. Do something that is different. Don't live in that same routine over and over and expect things to change. I'm really so passionate about this, because like this decision that I took for my own life really changed me, and it was personal development that I was pursuing. I was pursuing the fact that I was not happy with the educational system, because I saw that we've gone to school for more than 20 years, most of us even 30 years, but we still are not able to decide on what to do. We still don't know what to do with all the information that we've gathered. We are still thinking that we need to study and study and study. So one of my goals is that we'll have a system of education where we can really help people not only learn that they only need to put things in their head, but start applying what is it that they've learned already. Because where you are now, all the information that you've already learned is enough to carry you to a certain level where you will need to learn more. Right now you may not see it, but start trying to see what problems you can address in your own life, and you will see what solutions you need to incorporate. So do take care, and I wish you a very blessed day, and may God be with you. Bye bye.